Greetings, Mad Crafters. Madragoric here, and I'm coming to you from the BrokeRock server. Yep, that's right. And yep, as you notice, I'm standing in front of my my original base. Yep, that's it. And you're probably like, Mad, are you ever going to work on your new base? Yes, we are. And so mostly what's going on right now is I'm clearing a bunch of trees and trying to get all that way, clear all that area out. And I know that's kind of boring stuff. You know, it's like, you don't want to watch me cut down trees. No, you don't want to do it. So, so Generous though, on his Oriental base, which we're heading over to in just a second, was having this little thing where having different BrokeRockers build up some cherry blossom trees, some cherry trees. So I was like, hey, I want to do that. So we're going to go over there and build a tree for him. So let's jump into the air and we'll start heading over that direction. Let's see. All right. So it's pretty much straight over here in this direction. And so basically the idea is here is we're going to do a cherry blossom tree. And now with custom trees, they usually kind of take a while. And this one was definitely no different in that fact, and took a while too. So I did a time lapse. We're going to do a little kind of talk over on some of it, and then we'll get it done. Let me fly in here. All right. So I'm going to head over to the area, and we're going to let's see. So we're going to head over there and get this thing started. If I can walk straight. There we go. And jump right into this build. All right. Here we go. All right. Well, confession time. I've never actually built too many custom trees. Like maybe one or two. Not much at all. And cherry blossom trees, never done it. So in my general fashion, what I like to do is I'll go and research it. I'll go look up what other builders have done, you know, Minecrafters and YouTubers have done for cherry blossom trees. And also look at the actual tree itself, real life pictures, to get ideas of how they should look and everything. So that's what I did, and then kind of did my own design. Now for this, the overall design is basically I want it coming up from the back, reaching over and kind of covering the pond. That's basically what I was looking for. So I was using dark oak wood, not the log, but the wood that has a texture on all six sides. And then dark oak fencing for some added branches coming off those further up. For the actual palette of blocks, I was using pink terracotta on the inside, as you can see me placing now. Then it'll go to pink wool, and then, magenta wool. See, now I'm going to start putting in some magenta wool, so I'll start going lighter, and then it'll go to pink and then white. So, and the reason I did this is because I wanted to try to give the illusion that underneath the tree, it's, you know, it would be shaded from the sun and everything, so the colors would seem more dull or more, you know, set back, not as bright. But as you get further out, closer to the sun, where the sun can reach it, then they would seem brighter. So we have, like they were shaded on the inside, so we have the kind of darker colors of the pink terracotta and the magenta wool. And then as we get further out, we'll have the pink wool, we'll have the white wool. And then I also use some glazed pink terracotta kind of as the flowering buds around the outside. So right now I'm just setting up the general shape. I wanted to kind of get it, you know, where it's starting to come out, get that color on the inside, and then work my way out. So I've got all the pink in now. I'm going to go ahead and start putting all the white blocks in. You notice me going back and forth over blocks, and that's because I don't want two textures touching itself. I don't want two blocks touching directly together. So they're touching at corners, or they're touching points at the, points of the corners, but in general, they're not directly side by side. So it's going to give the tree more depth, and you'll be able to see more of the color through it. You'll be able to see more of the branches and the fences through it. And I just think gives it a more realistic look. So I'm continuing, as you can see now, I'm pretty busy putting white blocks everywhere. So we're just trying to fill this in and get it all done. Now, So I keep falling off. I started to look at it at this point and realized, well, it's not full enough. So I need to put some more there. So I needed to bring it further out. So I went ahead and grabbed some more pink wool. And then in the back, started placing some there to kind of fill in the back a little bit more. And then I'll start working my way around the front and start kind of giving it a little bit more bulk to the tree. As you can see on the right side there, the tree is getting a little bit more bulky, starting to look more coming out, more good. So, so as we started working that, slowly start bringing it out, start building it out. What I'll start doing is start kind of carving it. I've got a picture in my head of what I want the tree to look like overall, the shape and everything. So right now I'm just kind of trying to fill in all the spaces with the different colors to try to bring that out, and then I'll start pushing it back and pulling it in and pulling it out, you know, just to try to work that design. I know it looks, you're like probably looking at this going, what are you doing? It looks, because it just looks like holes everywhere and everything looks crazy. But as you start getting more and more in there, then you can start adjusting, you know, positions of the blocks or adding some here and there, and to try to get the shape that you want. At this point, you get to a point where there's so much there, it's hard not to avoid getting some right side by side. You can see right there in the middle, I got some that are side by side, and down the bottom left. So, but it happens. But for the majority of the blocks, they're going to be touching at points and not directly next to each other. So now, as you're all working all this, you can tell it's been a couple of days. Overall, this took probably a little over an hour, almost an hour and a half. And of course, anytime you're working on this stuff, a creeper has to bother you. So I'm sitting there minding my business, and of course, Mr. Creeper says, "Hey," building inspector comes, "Hey, what are you doing? Take that." And yeah, and it just, they have no respect whatsoever. It's like, so anyway, just something else I had to fix. So anyway, I do fix that later on, but I wanted to continue with the build and get that done. So as you see, I started putting in the pink terracotta, and try to kind of give it like a flowering effect, like there's, you know, some of the cherry blossom flowers. So you'll see them kind of sparsely put here and there throughout the whole tree to try to give that, you know, effect of some kind of flower or some kind of other texture there to give it a better look. Now, and I was also, if you saw the real tree, it looks like it's more white on top and pink on the bottom. So on some of these pink blocks and even some of the white blocks, I was putting in white carpet up there to try to give that illusion, because it's more kind of a white on top than it is more pink. And some of the pink shining through, but it's very white. So I was using that to do it. So I'm just going to finish up some details right now, and let's go ahead and jump into some music and finish up those details. right, guys, we got this thing built and it's looking good. Yep, I really like it. I actually love the way it turned out. So here we go. Bam! There it is. This thing is looking sweet. But we have one last thing to add. And I consider it to be the creme de la resistance of this build, because it's a detail that's really going to make this thing pop. And I haven't seen it anywhere else on Jin's base, so I think he's really going to like it. So he's got these cool lanterns up here, which I really like those. Those are awesome. He let me borrow some of those banners for my panda build. So I took that into mind. Go away, spider. And took that into mind and said, well, you know, on the Orient places they have lanterns floating in the water for different reasons and whatnot. You know, someone passes or whatnot, celebrate things. So they'll have lanterns floating in the water, and sometimes you'll see them flying in the air. But I come up with a design to make it look like we have lanterns floating in the water. So I think it's going to be really cool. So what we're going to do, let me see. I can work off of this lily pad right here, I think. Okay, so I'm going to get some blue glass. And I've got some banners made up, and I got lanterns. So, edge, let's see if I can get on the edge of this. Oh, well, I got the other side of it. That'll work. So what we're going to do is take that, and I'm going to put a lantern on top of it, just like so. And I have these banners. I'm going to put these around it. Like there. 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 And then the last one over here. So, now, looks like we have a little lantern floating in the water. I think that is super cool. So, we're going to put a few more of these around here and see how they turn out.
Let's see. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Okay. This is just not working for me, is it? I'm going to put it on the bottom. Nope, we broke it. Alright, that's easy enough. We can fix that. Alright, like that. Again, put some lantern right there. I made enough to make like 6 of these, but they may be a little bit overkill for the size of this pond. So, I think we could do probably, what, maybe one more? Hold on, let's see. Just don't forget our lily pad. We gotta put our lily pad back. Hey, boo. Put the lily pad back over there. Okay. We got those two there. Let's put it over here. Like in the middle. Yeah. So, right there, we need to put it like right there. So, nothing down there, so we just build that up. Straight the glass, not the coral. There we go. That works. Okay. Alright. Put a lantern there. Get some more banners around. Oops. There we go. Now that is looking sweet. Like that. Now, what I also have, you got all these plants. Jin's got so much stuff growing around here. Really? Really? This is why I don't like y'all. It's daytime and you're still attacking me. I don't get you.
Now, let's see if there's any good ones to... Because what I want to do is, because I also have some right over here. So let's put these up. Those are good. Keep those. Got some pink ones right here. Maybe there's 2 we could add from up here. Let's see. Where can we put this? That's too low. We can put one right here. So what we can do is hang a lantern from there. And we put... Oh! Come on. Come on. Ah! Oh, I did that, of course. Of course I did. Good, I get on top of this. Just going to put that there. Just break that. There we go. Okay. So, now we have a little lantern hanging from the tree. And then let's do one back over here. Let's go ahead and break this one wool off right there. Let's put a lantern right there. Another fun one. Oh, hey, we're on top of that. Cool. Excellent. Oh, I love that. So, I think, should we put one over here? I think we need one right here. Where can we put it? I think we can put it right here. Let's break that. Oh, I got rid of them all, didn't I? Yep. All right, let me get those real quick. There. Let's break that. Oh, that's silk touch anyway, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Lantern. Gotta have to break that. Put that somewhere else. So put that there. 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 All right. Now we got lanterns floating in the pond, and I need to get that lily pad back. Put that there. Looks good. Here we go. And I might consider this thing all done and dusted. Heck yeah. That thing looks awesome. Awesome. Are we almost nighttime? I think we are. Time of day is it? It's hard to tell. Okay, yeah. Sun's going down. So let's go. We're going to stay here for a second and check this thing out at night. So let's give it a few minutes. All right, it's nice and dark now, and this thing looks amazing. I love it. Our lantern's floating down there, a couple in the tree. Tree's looking awesome. Yep. Really happy with this. I hope Jen likes it. So, yep, looks cool. Oh, we need one more thing. We got to put a sign on there. Got to put a sign. Is it still in my inventory? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. So we'll put in here. Mystical cherry tree. For Jen. Madragoric. Awesome. There we go. Mystical cherry tree for Jen. Madragoric. All right, that works. All right. Well, this is awesome. Awesome. Love it. Really hope Jen likes it. But that's all the time we have for today, and hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know whenever I upload all my next videos. And don't forget to go check out all the BrokeRockers. Thanks for coming out, and catch you later.